Isobel Yeung investigates the world's growing appetite for meat and the hidden costs associated with it. This is her debrief.
I would say that I am a lot more careful about the kinds of meat I eat. I've kind of become one of those annoying, cliche Brooklyn people that has to know where my meat is from, what the name of the cow was, and where it was sourced. But yes, I do still eat meat. There is definitely a growing trend, especially in developed countries and cities like New York, where people are becoming more aware of the drain on resources, also the health implications, and they're wanting to know exactly where their food comes from. So there is definitely more enthusiasm for this farm-to-table movement where people are trying to buy from small-scale farmers close to the city or close to the place that they work and live in. It wasn't actually my first time inside a slaughterhouse, although the scale of what went on inside that particular slaughterhouse is intense. It also smelled completely like corned beef the entire time that we were there. So it wasn't the most pleasurable of experiences, but it wasn't unbearable. I think I'd kind of mentally prepared myself for it. I think the hardest part was when we had to sit down right after the tour of the slaughterhouse with the bosses, and we had to eat a massive steak dinner, which was really hard to digest. I think as we diminish our resources and we get less and less choice, then perhaps we'll turn to things like synthetic meat. Personally, I just cannot imagine walking into a restaurant and ordering a burger that's been knocked up in a lab. There's also various hurdles that the synthetic meat industry actually has to cross before it's a completely viable option. Firstly, the cost. Secondly, they have to get things like texture. Apparently the flavor is not exactly the same as real meat. But maybe as we do diminish our resources, people like me will have less and less choice.